Chapter 2: An Encounter in the Storm. The chapter starts off with an explanation of what a hunter is. We know what a hunter is, becoming a hunter is the issue. The hunter exam is a test that has a passing rate of 1 in 1,000. Shortly after departure, the boat is met with some intense storms. The passengers are in panic, but the captain remains cool, calm, and collective as the boat takes air. They make it through the storm, but most of the passengers are all shaken up. The captain took notice that Gon and 2 other passengers were the only ones unbothered by the rough seas. The captain knows this is only the first round of storms. Gon marches up on the deck of the boat to investigate. With the context clues of the wind and the birds, Gon knows another storm is on the rise. At this point, Gon piqued the interest of the captain. This reminded the captain of a previous passenger that was taking the hunter exam years ago. The captain throws a few questions at Gon and confirms the connection. The captain then brings Gon to the control room and shows him how to whip the big old ship. The captain then puts out a warning announcement of the next storm to the passengers to weed out any of the weaklings. The tactic does work. Everyone rolls out except for Kurapika, Gon, and Leorio. The captain questions these 3 to see why they wish to become hunters. Gon gives his heart quickly. However, Leorio and Kurapika are not as open to share their goals. "Whoa there, kid. Don't spill so easy. I don't jump when someone says boo," says Leorio. And Kurapika is on the same boat, no pun intended. But Kurapika says he agrees with Rio Leo, but his reason is more from a moral standpoint. One could simply dodge the question with a plausible lie, but I consider lying a sin equal to greed and as dishonorable. Yet to give an honest answer to someone I don't know is just not me. The matter is simply too personal. The captain is not happy with these answers and tells them to get off his boat. The boat ride is actually part of the hunter exams. Due to the hunter exam being such a big deal, it's hard to test everyone that wants to apply. The captain is part of the screening process and is able to choose who can go to the next part of the hunter exam. Now Kurapika feels some pressure and is willing to share. Kurapika is the last of the Kurta clan. He is seeking revenge on the Phantom Troop for slaughtering his fallen clan. Leorio don't see the vision and throws out a smart comment. Kurapika then schools him on all the available resources you have once you're a hunter and you have your hunter license. Then the captain looks at Leorio. Leorio is quite simple. He's chasing a bag. He wants to live a flashy life. And this is when Kurapika throws in a slick comment. "And not a lick of class." Leorio, being quite short-tempered, is now fed up, and he tells Kurapika to catch him outside and he'll end the last of the Kurta clan. They start to walk to the deck and the captain tried to stop them, but Gon intervened and said it's best to let them handle their business. "If you want to know a person, find out what makes them angry," says Gon. As the captain is pondering the idea, a crew member comes in to inform the captain that the storm is here. Kurapika and Leorio are already on the deck to settle the beef while the boat crew is trying to stabilize the boat. Kurapika starts to rush in while one of the support beams of the boat breaks. End result, the crew member is about to be thrown off the ship from the whiplash. This leads to everyone rushing in for the rescue. Gon was able to grab the crew member's legs, while Leorio and Kurapika each grab one of Gon's legs. Gon and the crew member get pulled back onto the boat. Leorio and Kurapika are quick to try and scold Gon for putting himself at risk. Gon then reminds them that they were the dummies out here fighting on the deck while there was a storm incoming. They both realize that they were in the wrong and then apologize to each other. The captain started to take a liking to these 3 and then agrees to drop them off at the exam hall. And that wraps up chapter 2.
We don't care.
I think chapter 2 is pretty good. It's very short, but it does introduce 2 of the side characters that are important to the story. Gon was low-key a side character in this chapter. He did not do much, but that's okay. He needs to relax a little bit. I'm about 90% sure that Kurapika did not call Leorio by the wrong name in the anime, but I could be wrong. However, the 3 did pass this phase of the hunter's exam and they are moving on to the next step, and we will go over that in chapter 3, the ultimate choice. I will see you guys then. Goodbye!